All right, today seems as good a day as any to get to work on this again. I got axle seals in the mail, and I got my rim pretty well done, and it's painted and it's waiting on drying. So I don't know if I'll get that done today, but buddy, what are you doing? Huh? Yeah, you've been into something, but that's okay. All right, so anyway, step one is going to be changing this axle seal out and then clean this up. I don't know, I'm a sucker for painting, so I might paint this hub and axle as I put it back together. Trying to think of what else I need that I don't have with me. I need to go up and get a probably like the drill with the wire wheel and clean that up before we try to slide an axle or a seal over that axle, and maybe some grease to help make that go better, and then we'll get going. So here we go. All right, welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man. This here's the 1550, which had a catastrophic rim failure, which made the tire go flat, which if we're gonna fix that, we might as well change this axle seal. So that's where we are now. So we're gonna scrape around on it and get it cleaned up, take that off, put the new one on, probably clean this up and paint this after we slide the hub on, and we're gonna make it the same as the other side, because the other side was set different than this, and I like them better when they're even, so that's what we're gonna do. I would say that they were set the way they were for quite some amount of time. I mean, based on the rust, but I don't know, can a guy? Probably not, but it would certainly be nice to be able to turn that upside down. So, let's try that. Get us some leverage on there. Or not. Man! Did I have my bar here still? Let's go to the bar and forget this. We're not going to have very good luck with anything I'm trying to do. Come on. Why are we fighting? We used to be such friends. I wonder if the brakes are hanging up just a little bit. Come on. Now, come on. Go. Ah. Okay, I guess we won't do that. I don't know why we're having that trouble. We're in neutral. Nothing is happening. Okay. Trying to knock down some of the rust. There's a lot of rust. And the nicer we can have this, the easier it will be. I would like to turn the axle over so I can check it out there, but if any of that previous footage just made it in, that did not go well. So my guess would be that because it's cold, the oil is hard to turn in there, plus Maybe the brake is kind of sticky, hanging up in there. It's actually quite cool compared to the way it was before. Boy, as shiny as some of this stuff is, it makes you wonder if it was leaking since it was new. I mean, you knock that off and the paint looks great under there. But it's gonna get scuffed because we gotta get this off of here. Come on. Ooh. Ooh. Trying to just knock down some of the big chunks. Should have probably brought a regular scraper instead of just this carbide scraper, but the carbide scraper does great for, like what we did a second ago, scraping this rust off. It really does good for that. Alright. Now I suppose we'll try this. Knock some of this junk off. There. Alright. Yep. Alright, that ain't too bad. I think though now it's time for our good old friend brake clean. You got a little bit of stuff on you, so I got that cleaned off. But I'm gonna get some brake clean and spritz this down. Then we'll pull it apart and do the swap. Yeah, alright. You still there, I hope? A liberal amount of brake clean. So you spray some on and then you start screaming about Russia. That's how we do it. Apply liberally. We got that. All right. I think we got her. Very passable. Very much more better. Now, it appears that those are 3/8 bolts, which would take a 9/16. So, yeah. Oh, are they all going to come loose? Nobody's going to be a problem? Something bad is going to happen to us, friends? Because it just can't be that simple, can it? I mean, it should be, but it never is, so why would today be any different? Also, I realized another thing I did not bring was, you guessed it, any kind of hammer or anything. So, I'm also wondering if it leaning at this angle is going to make it be much more leaky. Like while we're doing this. I might ought jack her up a little bit to eliminate that problem. Plus, that'll make it more sketchy. And that's what we like, you know? Alright, that's a little more better. Jeez. Alright, come on. Come on. Yep. See, I knew there would. There's always one that's a problem. Today is no exception. This one bolt, it should come loose, but it doesn't. Not by hand. It's gonna make me use the ratchet almost the entire time. Just because it can. I mean, now, will this come off of here easy? Ooh. It will leak the entire time? Alright, well, this is something going on here. I'm wondering if the rear end is over full, as it is wanting to run. Let's get this seal off of there. Yeah, okay. Probably needs a rear end oil change slash service slash, you know, doing it right. As it is not wanting to quit leaking. And I think, what fun this is, friends. What fun. What fun. Yeah, the old seal kind of maybe cut a little bit of a groove in that sucker. So maybe we can figure out how to stack the new one in a way that it won't be in just quite the same spot. Also appears that the old one is a double lip seal. So I guess I will go get this seal. That's the original. I'll go get this drove out of here and put the new one in. Then we'll get ready to put this back together. Well, I forgot the camera again, but I ain't taking her apart to stage a phony reassembly, so you're just gonna pick it up from here. And I think we're gonna make this go. I got that other seal drove in and put it in a slightly different spot than the one that was on there. It was, the new one is a double lip seal as well. If you look at it, it's just made in a different way. But yeah. So what I'm doing now that you can't see other than making a mess. I'm going to put a little bit of sealant on these threads of these bolts, because I'm pretty sure that they're through holes into the oil. I might be wrong on that, but I don't want them to leak. So a little bit ain't gonna hurt nobody. But I think we got us something, friends, because it's a lot better than what we had. And that is always our goal. It may not be perfect, but it's better than what we had. Oh, there's our trick hole that doesn't want to play ball. It must be the hole in the tractor and not the bolt, because that, I'm sure, is not the same one, and it's starting poorly in that hole. So that's nice. Would have been nice if I remembered to bring a shop rag or something on this time. Let's start with the most difficult one so we don't have to wonder or question. Yep. I feel the likelihood that I will twist some of these off. I can just feel it. Maybe I should shorten the ratchet up to the short position. And possibly eliminate that problem. All right. All right, now the plan of attack is cleaning up the hub, sliding it on where it needs to go, clamping her down, and then probably cleaning this up and painting it. So that's what I'm going to work on now. I'll bring you back in a second. All right, through the magic of totally ignoring safety, we got this ready to go and spun to the top, spaced even with the one on the other side. So I'm going to snug up all of these first. At least that's the theory. And then I'll go around and give them the final tightening. But I want to try to get them even. So I'll probably have to sit you down for this, because I don't think I can get it without steadying myself. So that's what I'll do. Yeah, you can kind of see. The idea in my mind is trying to keep them even. And a thing that would help would be a battery that's not going dead. So I'll swap this out real quick with the one I just had on the drill, which probably isn't in any better shape. It's not. And then the secret is you drive them around for a while and then you recheck them for tightness so you don't lose a wheel. I had on the 1855, I almost lost a hub from sliding out on 2 different occasions. The first time was when we first put it on after I worked on it in town, and I drove it all around there and it was fine. Started for home and the wheel started walking out, stopped. They drove the forklift up there. We slid it back in, tightened it up, and it stayed on there for 7 years. And then one day I was going to go to bale hay for some neighbor, and I just happened to look down and I noticed that that wheel was getting farther away from the fender, and I stopped, and it was just about that far from falling off and hitting the ground. So check them, that's what I'm saying. And probably if you have one that's questionable, get new U-bolts, because they do sell new U-bolts, and that would probably be the thing to do if you're not sure. So, because these have been on quite a while. Okay, so we're gonna probably have to hit it. We'll hit it with a fresh battery at some point. But I think I will also just put the ratchet in and pull on it and see what it feels like, if they're all tight or what have you. They feel pretty tight. Yep. Okay, I think we're gonna say, let's just do that one for kicks. But they're tight. Like I said, we'll drive it around and we'll recheck its tightness just to be sure that we got us something. Now the next plan in the lineup of failure is cleaning up these, screwing them in, and then cleaning this all off again so that we can give it a little Meadowgreenification. So that's what I'll work on now. All right, we got that put together. We got that cleaned up. We're gonna Meadowgreenify it with some fancy meadow green paint. Of course, now right when I want to do this, it's going to get windy so that it won't work. Oh, and then my paint nozzle will plug up. So I guess I won't do that. At least it doesn't look like I'll do it on film. Maybe. Come on. There. Technical difficulties. I suppose I better put you down so I don't get paint on the camera, but it'll be pretty, I promise. Ah, look at that beautiful thing right there. That should do us good, is what I'm saying. It's a lot better than what we had, and now it's even spaced correctly. So as soon as our rim is totally dry and ready to go, and this is totally dry and ready to go, we can make this happen and put her back up on 4 tires like it's supposed to be. So I would suppose that maybe we got enough footage for a video. I'm not sure. Probably not a very interesting one, but something that had to be done, because this old feller, I mean, it's parked right in the way. It's kind of half in and half out, and I need it. So I need to get the other tractor out and rearrange this building and finish cleaning up from my repairing the roof projects and stuff. I got more roof to put up. I want to go a couple more pieces over. And so yeah, we got to get this done, is what I'm saying. And this is step 1 of the process, is getting this thing out of the way. Then we can actually get tractors put away for the winter with some success. So that's what we're gonna do. That's the plan, and I guess we'll call this one here. As always, if you enjoy my videos, give them a thumbs up. That helps out the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything. Leave a comment. Tell me that you liked it, or tell me that you hated it. Tell me I'm a moron. I really don't care, but anything that you say helps us out too. So thank you again, as always, for watching, and I will see you in the next one.